You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days fans. So, with Gabi Hernandez crushed because her hubby signed divorce papers and ran off, what's a girl to do but seek comfort in EJ DiMera's muscular arms? It's Belinda from Soap Dirt and some hot new official Days spoilers straight from Peacock PR hint at something fun to come in the wake of this shocking split. Will Gabi and EJ explore a rebound romance soon? We're going to talk about it, but please subscribe if you're not following us. So, if you're current on your Days of Our Lives episodes, you know that, in fact, Stefan DiMera did not sign those divorce papers, and he did not leave his wife. Nope, that was vicious Vivian Alamain. She had her henchman, Yvonne, drug and hog-tie Stefan while she forged her son's name on those divorce documents. Then, as Yvonne shoved Stefan into the trunk of a car while he was screaming, "No!" Madam Vivian had the divorce papers delivered to Gabi along with Stefan's wedding band to sell the story that Stefan is well and truly done with her. Meanwhile, Vivian shipped her boy off to Alemania to rethink his life choices. This is what the writers decided to do to end Stefan's tenure on Days as they fired Brandon Barash mid-contract. It's not exactly a seamless transition, but it's what we've got. So, if you recall, both Gabi and Stefan were rethinking their divorce at the time Vivian showed up and pulled this stunt. She's supposed to be in prison, not running amok, and Brandon Barash said he was notified of his firing just after they shot those great scenes at the hospital where Gabi was recuperating after Crazy Connie tried to blow her up. Stefan came with flowers, trying to patch things up with Gabi, but once she heard he was with Ava, when Connie stabbed him, she was angry at him all over again, and that was the deal breaker, and Gabi said she wanted a divorce. So Stefan had Belinda Trask drop the papers, but then he got a pep talk from his big sister, Kristen DiMera, who said, if you love her, just tear him up. And at the same time, Gabi was talking to her big brother, Rafe Hernandez, who said, if you love Stefan, you can work this out. So that's where they both were at the time that Vivian forged the documents, shipped Stefan out of the country, and broke Gabi's heart. And now she's lovelorn, heartbroken, and single as a Pringle. Now let's flip over to EJ DiMera. Last I noticed, he was still wearing his wedding band, but he is also extremely single. The last time Gabi tried to hook up with him, he was not in the mood. First, EJ told her that he feared she would regret spending another night in his bed, and he didn't want her to feel that way because he knew she had regrets after Stefan found out about the first time they did. And second, Nicole had just served EJ with divorce papers of his own, so he was not exactly in an amorous mood himself. But now, it's been a few weeks, and he has worked through some of his anger. So I know he'll calm down more once Eric Brady leaves town, which is happening yesterday, today, tomorrow, this week, very soon. And of course, Kristen and EJ soon figure out that their little brother has left Salem. And I don't know if Vivian is going to leave a bye-bye note from Stefan to them or just let them figure out he's gone. But next week, spoilers, official spoilers for Wednesday, November 6th, say that EJ tries to console Gabi over her losing Stefan. And at first she might be angry at EJ. Gabi may blame EJ or her own bad judgment doing things with EJ for why Stefan left her. Gabi may assume that her sleeping with Stefan's brother was the tipping point that drove him to sign those divorce papers, maybe. But I actually think it might have been Gabi salting the wound that really hurt Stefan. Do you remember what Gabi said to her husband when he busted her with his brother EJ? Gabi told Stefan that EJ rocked her world and was better in bed than Stefan ever had been. I mean, that's not the kind of thing a guy is going to suddenly forgive and forget. But actually, Gabi's words were not what drove Stefan away. That was whoever was behind the wheel of the car that Yvonne shoved him into. So I am sure Gabi is going to have to go through some stages of grief over the end of her marriage. But I do think, given her intense chemistry with EJ, she'll circle back around to him. Maybe when Gabi is lonely, or maybe when she's had a few drinks, or maybe when she's lonely and had a few drinks, but I suspect we have not seen the last of EJ with Gabi. I enjoy them as a pair, and let's face it, there's not a lot of other hot prospects for either of them romantically in Salem. Brady Black is around, but he's being pursued by Kristen, and he's soon flirting with Ava Vitali. And Ava is single, but EJ wouldn't touch her with a 30-foot pole, much less a 10-foot one. Brady's last bad choice, Fiona Cook, just skulked out of town, so that prospect, as dim as it was, is also gone. Stephanie Johnson is single, but she's still hung up on Alex Kiriakis. And Alex is single, but he and Gabi don't seem compatible, plus he still likes Stephanie, and he's embroiled in what could turn into a messy pentagon of entanglements with Johnny, Chanel, Joy, Alex, and Stephanie. So there's no room for EJ or Gabi in that mix. Philip Kiriakis is in town, but he's not going to stick around to even consider dating Gabi. And while Melinda is single and likes to spar with EJ, she's another one he wouldn't touch with a 30-foot pole, even if he was drunk and desperate. He really does not like her one bit, and Melinda has made him look like a fool on several occasions. So, not just for a lack of other options, but also because Gabi and EJ really do have some aligned interest and some off-the-charts chemistry, I really could see them making a go of it. Now, what I do wonder is, obviously, Brandon Barash has finished his run. He is gone, but they keep people alive with off-screen mentions. They've done it with Nicole for months. So we could have, a letter from Stefan. We could have a text message. We could have things that Vivian could control, messaging that we could control. If Gabi is insistent on reaching out to him, via his phone, maybe Vivian kept his phone so that she can reiterate, no, it's over. We are done. I will never take you back. Things like that. She might just want to put the, extra nails in the coffin to make sure that Gabi knows Stefan is never coming back to town and they are never, ever, ever getting back together, to quote Taylor Swift. And the big thing is unless they recast Stefan, he probably isn't coming back, because Brandon Barash said this is the second time they fired him mid-contract. And he said that basically the trust is broken. So he said it would have to, I can't remember his exact wording, but basically it would have to be an extraordinary deal to get him to come back, because, it's one of those fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me things. So I think that's where he's landed. But for now, I'm going to cheer at the prospect of a Gabi and EJ rebound romance. And we'll just see how that goes, because as far as I know, Cherie Jimenez and Dan Feuerriegel are sticking around.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.